So you're thinking about making the move to the Waxhaw, North Carolina area. Well, in this video, we're going to break down pros and cons to living in Waxhaw so you can make a really good decision if this is the right place for you. It's a great place for us, but we also know there are cons that go along with living in the area, so we want to put those out there holding nothing back. So with all that said, let's jump in and start learning. If you want to know everything there is to know about living in South Charlotte and Waxhaw, make sure you like, subscribe to our channel. We update new videos weekly and you'll be the first to know as they get sent out. So make sure to subscribe. I'm Steve Jarrell with the Longleaf Group with my partners Amanda and Kathy, and we love hearing from people just like you every single day that are interested in learning more about the South Charlotte area. So make sure to send us a message, text, call, email, anytime. We absolutely love it. With all of that said, let's jump in and let's start talking pros and cons about Waxhaw. So as we look at the pros of living in Waxhaw, number one is, as we've discussed in other videos as well, in terms of Waxhaw, is the school system in Waxhaw. One of the biggest reasons that we chose to live in the area as well is the schools. We have a son that has special needs and needs extensive educational support. Without a doubt, the Union County school system in general does a great job, but the Waxhaw area is phenomenal. And even just looking at the stats for the schools in the area, whether it's Cuthbertson, Weddington, Marvin Ridge, all of those are 10 out of 10 when you look at greatschools.org. So a huge pro for living in Waxhaw and why people in general will gravitate to Waxhaw is going to be the schools. We told you there'd be some cons, and there are some when it comes to living in Waxhaw, and with all the growth, the appreciation of homes in the Waxhaw area, there comes a point where traffic and congestion start to take place, and that's absolutely been the case. It's almost like any area where you go through growing pains, and Waxhaw's grown since the last census in 2020, so from 2010 to 2020. During that period, the Waxhaw area grew over 108% in terms of population, and you can just imagine the growth from then to now, which has seen just an influx of people transferring, migrating to the area because of a number of reasons, but the area's just grown so fast. There are areas where there's 2-lane roads that are eventually going to turn into 4-lane roads on Providence and Waxhaw in general. Their traffic and some of the roads can be, a little bit windy coming through, but that growth, the good part is we've had tremendous growth in the area, positive home growth, new homes being built and people moving in, and opportunities for growth. But with that, traffic has, especially during those rush hour periods or when school gets out, Cuthbertson Road in particular can hit some pretty high traffic during the school rush. So, without a doubt, the area's growing, but so is the congestion while they figure out some of the road situation. So as we're looking back at pros for living in Waxhaw and why people from all over choose this community to call home, that's without a doubt the communities, the green space that encompass the Waxhaw area. So you have beautiful new homes that come up, you have farms and ranches that have been there for generations, and you continually see new homes and new communities pop up within such a beautiful landscape. So you're not far from uptown Charlotte, from downtown, the downtown uptown area, but you also have that feeling of being a little farther away than you really are, and mix that with being close to a downtown area with Waxhaw's own little downtown area that people love. You have a huge pro, and one of the reasons why Waxhaw continues to grow at the rate that it's growing. So what can be considered a con of living in the Waxhaw area, and may seem obvious to some, is there's wildlife in the Waxhaw area. Snakes, there's raccoons, fox foxes, coyotes, all sorts of wildlife, because you're really in an area that has transformed so quickly from a rural area, green space, that yes, you'll have deer in your backyard. You'll have all sorts of, like I said, snakes. Yes, the majority are the good snakes, the black snakes, the rat snakes, but you'll have an occasional copperhead that is a poisonous snake that could be there. So if animals, creeping around at night, they're not everywhere, but they are there. But if that's a negative and a non-starter for someone looking to move here, then Waxhaw would not be the right fit, unfortunately. So the final pro of living in Waxhaw we'll discuss is the favorable taxes and property taxes in the Waxhaw area. Whether you're living in Mecklenburg County and looking to move to another area, Union County, which is where Waxhaw is, definitely has the favorable taxes when you compare those two. Or if you're moving from out of state, Waxhaw in general will have more favorable taxes than many areas across the country. So that's definitely a pro, and something that, when you do the math, ends up making a lot of sense when you're moving to the Waxhaw area. So taxes, a big pro. So what could possibly be a negative for an area like Waxhaw, where the homes are appreciating, you've got great schools, favorable taxes, all of the great things we've talked about, and people are moving to the area? Well, when people are moving to an area and you have a tight inventory of homes already, well, it becomes even tighter. And that's what we've seen in Waxhaw, where homes, when they do hit the market, they're only on the market on average 6 days before going under contract. We have 28% less homes this year that are hitting the market than they did this time last year. So it's become even more tight as far as the number of homes and the selection of homes for potential buyers. So we're seeing where, if you are looking to relocate from another area outside of the greater Charlotte area, a lot of times renting can be a solution while finding that right home. We also see where any market, it's always important to work with the real estate professional that's local, understands the market, the neighborhoods, and can be your guide along the way, your eyes and your ears. So all the pros we talked about Waxhaw end up, the reverse side of that is there's not as many homes on the market as we'd like there to be. So pros and cons, the yin and the yang of living in an area like Waxhaw. We hope this was useful, this was beneficial for you as you look at Waxhaw as a whole and take the pros and cons into consideration. If it was beneficial, we hope that you'll like and subscribe to our channel. Every week we have new videos coming out about the South Charlotte area, where we'll share everything about living in South Charlotte with you. Feel free to reach out to us anytime. All of our information is below. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you next time.